Simple HR tools. Overview. This short training video provides an overview of the simple communication model. Our modules are conversation facilitators for employees and their direct supervisors. Designed to create a bond between the employee and both the supervisor and the company, they support building connections that lead to trust, which enhances their levels of engagement and purpose-driven work. This connection helps work matter. Note: you and the employee will each need an internet connection and a computer or smartphone to complete this conversation. This is true even if you're in the same room, which we encourage when possible. Preparing. To begin, we encourage you to adopt a supportive, non-directive mindset. Try hard to avoid telling or directing. We primarily want you to actively listen and ask powerful questions that encourage the employee to explore the topic. Consider the analogy of climbing a mountain with the employee in the lead position. You hold the ropes and support, but they get to decide on the specific path up that mountain. They're doing most, though not all, of the work, while you remain a calming, supportive, and engaged presence. That's why we've included the definition of trust at the footer of every step. It's an expression of confidence in another person or group that you will not be put at risk, harmed, or injured by their actions. The employee may be anxious because the conversation feels unfamiliar, and the questions you will ask may feel like a test. You're asking them to do intellectual and emotional work in front of you, and that can be uncomfortable. Creating the best environment where they can build trust in you is essential. Let's get started. Upon logging in, you'll see your name in the top right corner on the banner by the menu button. Immediately below is the wheel showing 15 modules. One module, Adaptability, is permanently free. The remaining modules require a paid yearly license. As you select different modules, you'll see them light up in yellow on the right, and the short definition will change on the left. Beginning the conversation. You can launch this specific training video by clicking here. We suggest reviewing it as a refresher if it has been a while since your last sit-down. To begin with the employee, choose the Start below the definition to launch the model. This opens a prompt box to enter the employee's email address. Please use their work email. We strongly discourage asking for or using an employee's personal email. If the employee doesn't have a work email, paid subscriptions also include the option to text them the necessary code. This generates a one-time code for the employee to access the model. Step 1. Introduction. You'll see 7 steps across the top. The step you're on is highlighted in yellow. The black box on the left is where the supervisor instructions are located. These are hints for you only. They do not appear on the employee screen, which otherwise remains the same. To proceed, follow the instructions and prompts for each step. Step 1 is an introduction, where you explain the goals of the conversation. Please read what is on the right to the employee. You'll also see reminders and suggested powerful questions for you in black boxes on each step. Step 2 is an intentionally broad definition to get the conversation flowing. You should ask powerful questions to encourage exploration. When the conversation reaches a natural resting point, either of you may click Next. Step 3 provides elements or building blocks that make up the definition. Have the employee choose an element that interests them or is a strength of theirs. Continue asking powerful questions and actively listening. Proceed at natural resting points as before. Step 4 asks the employee to continue to dive deeper into the topic by selecting an example that they feel best represents a strength or interest of theirs. Continue encouraging them to explore the topic. Step 5 is the hardest part for the employee because you'll be asking them to provide an example of them living out the element from the recent past. This is where they may feel like this is a test. To keep the environment safe, please give them space to think and be especially supportive. Step 6 is the payoff for the exploration and work. The top of the mountain. Mouse over the schematic on the right, beginning with understanding, then moving clockwise through identify and link, before ending with acknowledgement. You may personalize the praise or use the language offered in the black box. The entire conversation should last between 20 to 30 minutes, though times may vary. Step 7. Survey. You and the employee will then assess the conversation privately, but in real time. This is optional for the employee but mandatory for the supervisor. The responses are anonymous. This concludes the video training. You may also access written instructions by downloading the instructor guide located on the website.